Hi, everybody. It's Charles Harper, and this is we're going to game plan out the written PLR for your blog. And I'm about to, in a minute, start our Ultimate Insider session for this week, and we're going to be talking about a subject called planning your flag. And I'm going to give you a brief, just kind of taste of it here, so you kind of understand, kind of the basis. And it really starts with written PLR, and kind of depending on the thrust and where you are in your market or niche. And it doesn't matter if you're in the make money online niche or outside of that niche. I mean, you can use the strategy when we talking about this game plan. When you start talking about putting that content on your blog, obviously you do want to rewrite it and you want to make it so that it's different, but that's not the only thing that you want to do in terms of rewriting. We're going to be talking about tonight is taking your best ideas, all of those things, and making sure that you plant them into the ground and you plant the flag yourself, and you make that idea unstealable and uncopyable by making sure that you've placed it in, on your blog, you've placed it inside of your publications, you've placed it inside of your information products. And in particular, in this particular strategy we're talking about here, is you want to use this on your blog. And you want to make sure that when you rewrite it from a perspective. That perspective is what we call, in Ultimate Insiders, a content factory. So in other words, when you put the content in, there's a process that you put it through that spits it back out into something that becomes unique. It becomes your brand. It becomes something that speaks for you. And it's not just rewriting it so that it's search friendly, rewriting it so that it's different. It's really rewriting it so that not only does it sell the product, but it also sells you and it sells your philosophy. And so you, when we talk about planting our flag, you want to make sure that your philosophy colors everything that you put on your blog. And when you take a piece of content, even if it's PLR, what you want to do is rework it so that your philosophy becomes part of that piece. So you're working in all of your core philosophies into every piece that you do, every blog post that you write, every content piece that you rewrite and you remake. Now, what's going to happen over time, and I may be stealing some of the thunder from the actual session, is that I'd say what, in 100 blog posts, which if you did it every day, right? If you blogged every single day and use PLR and you rework that PLR so that you put your philosophy in it, by the time 100 days was over, right, which would be a little more over, a little more than 3 months, you'd have your content for a 100-page book. It would be consistent with your brand. It would be, and a lot of the writing and a lot of research you wouldn't have had to do. All you really would have had to do is to make sure that's consistent with your philosophy, is consistent with what you're teaching people. So, I mean, yeah, you really are doing some work, but that work becomes worth it when you start thinking about the fact that you're putting your ideas, you're planting your flag into the ground. And the reason that you want to do this, even if the book, let's say, doesn't sell, or even if, let's say, people don't necessarily read this blog post in big numbers, you will have stated your case. You will have been the first to, put it in specific terms. You would have been the first to put your ideas and make them available. And I'm going to close here because I don't want to give too much away, but you want to make it so that when somebody hears the idea that you have, right, your core philosophy that's different from anybody else's, that when somebody else hears it from another corner, that they say, you know what, that sounds just like this other person. That sounds just like, and you want them to have your name in there when they mention the concept or they mention, the name of it. And so all your best ideas, I would say you've got to start planting those in the ground. You got to plant your flag as soon as you can with those best ideas. You got to make them available in the places where you are publishing things. Um, so, if you want to get the rest of the series, right, and I encourage you to do this, where we're going to be walking through this, for about 40 weeks of building out your brand. Make sure you sign up as an Ultimate Insider. And you can do that at the plrshow.com/Ultimate Insiders. depending on when you're hearing this, there is written content that we add bonuses to that you can get access to today. And I think the launch price is going to be going up, but you'll still be available even if you don't get the launch price. It's the plrshow.com/Sajan S. And you spell that Sajan Jans, right? Sajan S. And lastly, there are some PLR videos that we have been talking about this week. And again, depending on when you're hearing this, you can get that at the plrshow.com/the, as in Victor, fire, the fire. So once again, on plrshow.com/ultimate insider, you'll then be able to sign up, become part of our membership. And we're going to be teaching for the next 40 weeks on building out your brand step by step. And this thing that I've just mentioned to you, which is planting your flag, is idea 15 of that series. Looking forward to chatting with you. If you have any questions, please feel free to write them here in the video. And I look forward to getting together with you again for another game plan. I am going to end this stream right now. Thanks.